These people went after things that they would have not been able to attain using your energy. They got their fuel by looking down on you in a low place. They use your healing presence to get through their hardships of what they were going after. Now you're out of the picture and everything is falling apart for them. They can't use their own strength because they were too busy comparing themselves to you, so they don't have any. They can't use their confidence because they kept taking the shortcut and lost meaning in the process. They see you rising now and it makes them feel invisible. They have no access to you anymore. They threw you out when they reached a point where they felt like they didn't need you anymore. They're clueless on how you were able to get to where you are right now. And they can't simply ask you because they feel embarrassed at the position that they're in right now. Some of them don't even look the same, like they fell off. Your presence and energy isn't there anymore. So now they're working harder to maintain that lifestyle. It's a lot of pressure and stress that they put on themselves, and it's showing up in their face, their weight. Your energy is precious, whether they want to admit it or not.
Did you know other women can siphon women's energy through a man? Yes, they can. If you are dealing with a man, right? Let's just say, for example, you guys separated and you consider yourself to be an empress upright or a high priestess upright. So you have a different type of energy signature. When you was dealing with that man, certain things was just floating for him, So dealing with him, that means you share your energy with him. So he can utilize that energy and make himself, become very abundant, and he looks different, and he's walking in his purpose. Everything is flowing, towards him, and things are going good for him financially, right? So let's say now, you guys separate, right? And he is now dealing with another woman, and she's probably so happened to be like a closet witch, a dark witch, or a high priestess in reverse. So what that dark high priestess, what they will do is get in a relationship with that particular man, because now she's drawn to him because of that said energy, not because of his looks, not because of what he can provide or any material things or anything like that, or not even because how good he is in the bedroom. It's the energy that he carries from that empress that he still has, so now that woman, that dark witch, will start, messing with him and stuff like that, and feeding off of him because he still holds that empress energy. So now, everything is going good for her. So he's sharing your energy. So it's basically he took that empress energy and took it to her. So now the empress, will feel something is off on her energy, and she will kind of like stay back away from him, or, stay far away from him. So that person that he's now dealing with is utilizing that energy. They're using it together, but eventually that energy ends up running out. So he would have to go back to the empress to get more energy, because once the energy runs out, his relationship with that reverse, high priestess, empress, dark witch, closet witch, whatever, very low vibrational woman, their relationship is going to become toxic. They're going to become toxic. It's, it's a lot of back and forth, fighting, breaking up, getting back together and stuff. So it's always going to be very, very toxic. And, but deep down inside, he would want to go back to the empress because her energy is different. But whenever the empress awakens to what's going on, she won't give him access. So their relationship also can become toxic too. Even though that she probably care and love him, but she knows that, because she's gonna feel there's another person, there's a third party in their mix. So once the Empress upright awakened and realized that he has another person that is not at the same frequency or energy signature as her, she knows that she has to stay away from him. They can communicate and talk, but she knows not to sleep with him anymore, because he will do the same thing. It's a pattern. He would take that energy and bring it to the other person. So because the high priestess or empress in reverse can't generate natural energy, can't generate abundance energy. So basically he just took your energy, the empress energy, and wasted on a reverse high priestess or a witch that doesn't know what to do with the empress energy. You understand? So therefore, that's why the relationship can become very, very, very extremely toxic to one another, because now they have to feed off each other. He'll become depressed, stressed. Money's like, it's like he has a hole in his pocket. Money is like leaving, doors are closing, because he no longer has access to the Empress energy. And so now the dark witch knows the only way we're going to get some more energy is if you go back to the Empress. So whenever she argue with him, she's praying that argument can push him towards the Empress, so the Empress could take him back, so she can fall for his trick, sleep with him again, share the energy, and take it back to her. She won't have a problem with him sleeping with the Empress, but she will have a problem with him sleeping with anybody else. But when it comes to the Empress, she won't have a problem, because this is how she feeds also. That's how she feeds her own entity. A lot of times the problem is that some cultures do this. I know I did this because I also have a son. But growing up Haitian, a lot of mothers, when they have sons, they make sure they put some type of protection over their son, so they would not be used like in this way by certain dark witches, certain dark women. So certain spell won't work on them, and they could see it a mile away. So they know not to mess with these type of feminine energy. But so now the Empress already know what's going on, so she cut off the supply. So she's the supplier, so she cut off the supply. So now they just have nothing to do but just to feed off each other, because the whole time it wasn't him that she really wanted. It was the Empress that she wanted.
Let's talk about energy vampirism. Talk about energy vampirism and talk about maintaining and holding your spiritual bank accounts, right? Maintaining your energy. All right, so let's talk about it. I did a video about this a couple years ago, about things that kind of drain your energy, drain your magic. And I just want to kind of talk about it again because, and I might do a separate video. I still need to get some other things. But this just goes into energy vampirism, and spiritual divorcing, cord cutting, that type of thing, right? So just being a high energy, being a high frequency being a very, whether you are spiritual or religious, right? Whether you are tapped in and honed in to reformed religion or free flow thinking, spirituality, you are very aware of the spiritual warfare that goes on within reality, within 3D reality. You are very aware that there is existence of angels and that there is existence of demons, that there is existence of powerful forces that guide us and aid us and enhance and protect us, and then there are forces that seek to destroy us and harm us and slow us down, right? Attachments that seek to bring us harm. So whichever way you go, whichever way you resonate, whether spiritual or religious, there are things that you understand are going on in the spiritual realm, right? So you understand that there are things that are intentionally attacking you, or whether, physically, mentally, spiritually, there are things that are unseen, things that are always after your essence, always after your alchemic essence, right? When you are constantly evolving and growing and transforming, and you are transmuting energy from a dull state to a light state to a golden state, you are alchemizing energy. When you are alchemizing pain into power, you are alchemizing energy, right? So you understand when you are at your essence, when you are channeling godly essence, when you are channeling God, when you are channeling your inner power, when you are understanding your abilities, right? You understand that there are always people, there are always going to be people who have negative thoughts about you, or sending negative vibes, negative frequencies towards you, right? There's always going to be situations that challenge you, that test you, to test your frequency and test your godly essence, your godly power, your magic. That will test how disciplined and determined you are to stay in your godly essence and your higher frequency versus sinking into your lower essence or lower frequencies, right? And then this all goes to taking accountability of your actions and being emotionally aware and being emotionally intelligent, and realizing what is, discerning what is really going on around you, right? So let's get into some things that may drain your energy, or types of energy vampirism, right? So first and foremost, let's talk about the juiciest one, the hottest topic, right? Let's talk about your sexual energy, your sexual energy bank account, all right? When you, whether this is for femmes or masculines, okay, because masculine and feminine energy cycle their energy differently. Masculine energy needs to retain their energy, do not release their energy in order to maintain their essence, their kundalini, their chi, that energy, that center, soul, essence, power. And then women, they need to release that. That is a form of, they cycle their energy through release, right? Through outward expression, right? So when there is an exchange of sexual energy, there's a cyclical flow of energy, of inward intake and then outward intake. And this is what bonds two people, what bonds two spirits, what bonds two souls together. There's an energy exchange going on here. There's a currency exchange going on here. Now, that exchange can be very expensive or very cheap, okay? That energy exchange can be very costly. It can withdraw from you, it can withdraw energy from you, or it can deposit energy into you. And depending on the intentions of either person involved, you can either vampirize somebody's energy, or you can ignite somebody's energy, okay? So saying you're laying with someone who is who is an energy vampire, right? Someone who, and there's another person who is, okay, so let's say there's one person who is a little vibrating at a little bit of a lower frequency, and then there's another person who is vibrating at a higher frequency, right? With that energy exchange, you're naturally going to exchange. The low vibrating energy is going to receive any high vibrating energy, and that high vibrating energy is going to release and receive any low vibrating energy, okay? So this is when you are taking that low vibing energy, you are taking all of those attachments, those thoughts, the energy, the negativity from that low vibing person, and that energy is now in your essence. And vice versa, they are taking your high vibing energy, your confidence, your security, your stability, your ambitions, right? They are soaking in that energy and receiving that energy as well. Another way you can deplete your sexual bank account is through too much stimulation, okay? When you are overstimulating, when you are over indulging, when you are over lustful for people, when you overexert your energy on people who don't match your frequency, that is draining your sexual bank account. When other people are draining your sexual, like when they are thinking of you during self pleasures, that is another form of energy vampirism, okay? That is another form of you draining someone's energy, but you're pulling on someone's energy, you're pulling on their frequency, pulling on their currency. You are withdrawing from them, whether this is a physical or telepathic exchange, right? In another instance, just watching too much porn, indulging in too much social media stimulation, getting overstimulated by what you see, being overstimulated by aesthetic. This can drain your energy because you are in a lustful energy, you are in a lower vibrational energy, you are in a greed type of energy. Another form of energy vampirism, or things that drain your bank account, your energetic bank account, your spiritual bank account. All right, so another thing that can drain your energy or your spiritual bank account are, this kind of goes into, again, with the energy vampirism, but this just goes into people who are jealous or envious of you, people who don't wish you well or aren't wishing you success, okay? We can get into situations or relationships or friendships with people who don't necessarily have the best intentions for us or aren't necessarily looking for us to win. They're just looking to gain something from us, gain something from us mentally, physically, spiritually, or financially, right? In any of these ways, people can withdraw your energy. So it's very important to like just be very watchful, very stingy, almost very calculating about your energy. Be very aware of who and what you are giving your energy to. When it comes to our relationships, friendships, we have a lot of people who are placed in our life intentionally, who are meant to advance us and push us forward and bring us lessons. And then there are going to be a lot of karmic relationships with people who are, again, meant to help us grow and teach us lessons, but who are not meant to be there for the long run, who we may have encountered in past lives, and we have to circle back around to learn the lesson again. There are certain people that our ancestors, our spirit team, will push into our lives on both sides in order to help us propel and help us move more towards our true north, move more towards our north node. And when we have certain people, or we're in certain places that don't serve us or aren't elevating our growth, those ancestors, those those people on your spirit team will force you to make a move, or will force those people out of your lives, will force those friendships to end, will force those family members to move, will force those relationships, those romantic relationships to fall apart, for y'all to fall in love, for y'all to drift away, because that soul contract has ended. They are no longer fulfilling or enhancing. They are no longer an asset to the lineage. They are no longer um, depositing positive energy or positivity into you, into your essence, into your children, into the bloodline. So they have to be removed, right? Think of your spirit team as like your credit repair company, right? They are going into your your credit, into your bank account, and making sure you don't have they're like your financial advisors, right? They're making sure that what you have coming in and what you have going out is going to maintain your health and your wealth. You are going to maintain your wealth. These people, when it comes to relationships, if you are in relationships with people who are, again, gossiping about you or talking about you to their friends or their families or to their others, all right, to their other significant others, their side pieces, okay, this can drain your energy, drain your magic. When you are giving your time, your energy, your effort, your finances, your body to someone, and they are not, again, in a space of gratitude, or they are not in a space of receptivity to receive the type of love that you are giving, or they are not in a space of receptivity to the time and the effort and energy you are giving, they can take all of your deposits and cash app that to somebody else. Did y'all hear what I said? They can take your energy, your magic, your essence, in any way that you give it, and deposit it for somebody else.
I'm gonna need y'all to start using discernment and protect your energy. Here are 3 ways that men try to harvest your energy. Number 1, the most obvious and powerful, is through physical intimacy. If you haven't really understood that intimacy is an energy exchange yet, then I'm gonna need you to wake up. Like, we're gonna have to lock in and understand this right now before we go into anything else. Your womb is a portal from the spiritual into the physical. Women have an innate gift to connect spiritually. It's just natural. Back in ancient Egypt, the pharaohs and kings, they used to pay to sleep with the high priestesses so they can receive that level of spiritual wisdom and guidance. Everything is an energy exchange, y'all. Nowadays, men are trying to offer the bare minimum to nothing, and also trying to trick women into giving them that spiritual energy. If you think about it, how do men feel after they feel relieved, they feel happy, they feel fulfilled? And a lot of times women are left feeling drained because he has dumped all of his emotional baggage onto you. Your womb brings life to the lifeless. It is healing, it is restorative, it is rejuvenating. It's literally everything, and that's why they want it so bad. So you have to really evaluate, are they pouring into me or are they taking from me? Because if all they're doing is taking from you and using you, then they're harvesting your priceless energy. Number 2, y'all, is provocation. Men will harvest your negative reactions. We kind of talked about this before in that other video. I don't know what it is, but they really like negative reactions. Like, it makes them feel good. Like, it makes them feel like you care about them, like you're obsessed with them, like they're the man, like they're fulfilled. That is really, really a very toxic thing that some men do, but it is a very, very valuable energy source. Your emotions are powerful. And I need y'all to understand how powerful your emotions are. Your energy as a whole is just next level. Like, it does things to people. Men will desperately crave your emotional reaction, because if you do not react emotionally, then they're left confused and now they have to deal with their own problem or own insecurities or own feelings without your energy to validate them. So you really have to get in control of your emotions in order to be above provocation. So when y'all think y'all doing something by crashing out and you scaring him or something, I promise you, you are not scaring him at all. And that is why they always come back after you act crazy, because they love that energy. Like, if you really crash out over a man, he's not going to leave you alone. He's going to be craving that energy all the time. If anything, he probably might continue to press that exact same button that got the same result the last time. And you think he's going to stop, but he's not, because he likes to see you that way. And that's what's sad. And the last one is by simply being in your presence. Some men have zero intention of taking you serious, of taking you on a date, of pouring into you in any way. They just want your attention for the time being. They will literally just love to be in your presence momentarily, whether that's by you giving them conversation, whether they're sharing something intimate with you and they just want you to make them feel better about it, whether that's them saying that they want to take you out and you agreeing to it and they never do it. They just wanted to see if they even could. That's validation in itself. Like, your presence is just so valuable that, like, you gotta just be a little bit more selective, because if you're spreading yourself thin, you're giving attention to whoever seeks it, then you will leave a lot of situations feeling drained.
Attractive women will need to be careful of other women who want to get close to you in order to siphon your energy. There are certain women, not all women, but there are certain women who will see you and they'll be very attracted to you because when they look at you, they see currency, they see power, and they want to get close in order to siphon that. How do they siphon you? Before I get into that, let me just say men siphon you too. But in this video, I'm going to talk about the ways in which women are able to siphon your energy. A woman who wants to siphon you, the first thing that she will do is she's going to befriend you. Because when you're friends with somebody, your defenses are down. So she's going to worm her way into gaining access to you. Not just superficial access. She's going to want exclusive access to you. She's going to mirror you. She's going to love bomb you. The way that she's going to behave towards you is going to be perfectly curated just for you, because she's been studying you. Before she makes her way into your life, she's going to study your social media first. And what we don't realize is how much of ourselves we reveal on social media. We put our favorite music on there, our favorite color. The things that we post reveal so much about us, our personality, our likes, our dislikes. You know what I mean? Once she has collected enough data on you, then she'll make her way in. Once you let her in, one of two things are going to happen. Either one, she's going to possess you, or two, she's going to take what's yours. Over the first one, she will be able to siphon you by having possession of you. Think back on the movie Rapunzel. Do you remember how Mother Gothel wanted to siphon Rapunzel's powers because it made her younger, it made her more beautiful? And she wanted that power all to herself. So she kidnapped Rapunzel, hid her away from the world, raised Rapunzel as her own. Rapunzel even really thought that was her mom. She thought it was a loving relationship, but it was not. Rapunzel was a source. Rapunzel was a source for her to siphon energy from. This is what these women will do. She will try to befriend you, and she's gonna want you all to herself. You may have other friends, but slowly she's gonna take you away from them. She's gonna be like your main friend. The way the dynamic is gonna be set up in this relationship is you're gonna think that you're dependent on this person. You're gonna think that you need them, but that's only because they've groomed you to think that. They're the ones who need you. They've manipulated you. They've hijacked you. And now they have possession of you. They get to siphon you whenever they want. And after a while, you will start to notice that being friends with this woman is so fucking draining. That's because she is siphoning you. The second way that she will siphon you is by taking what's yours. If you have a circle of friends, slowly but surely, she will turn all your friends against you, and she will take your friends. She will take your personality. She will copy your style. And it's not the type of copy where, oh, she inspired me, I want to integrate that into my style. No, like she's going to copy you. If you have exes, she's going to try to get with your exes. Each time that you're interested in a guy, all of a sudden she'll be interested in that guy too. If you have a man, if you have a boyfriend or a husband, she will poach him. If you're wondering, how is she able to siphon me through my ex? How is she able to siphon me through my boyfriend or through my husband? That's a long explanation. If you're interested, I can create another video on that because it's long, but oh my God, once you understand how it happens, you'll know why they do it. Bonus, another way that she will siphon your energy is by becoming your enemy. She will befriend you at first because she needs to gain access. She needs to gain all this data about you. She needs to know about you. And then it will get to a point where she will create some drama, or she will push your buttons and act clueless because she's going to try to provoke you into retaliating on her or provoke you to act out of character just to start shit with you in order to become your enemy. The thing about being an attractive woman is people gain from being friends with you, but they also gain from being enemies with you. I have so much tea and so much information on this subject matter. Please let me know what you want me to talk about first. Let me know your questions in the comments and I'm going to reply with a video.
4 ways that people can siphon your feminine energy. Number 1 is physical intimacy without respect. Physical intimacy is an energetic exchange, and if you're with someone who is constantly draining you or never pouring into you emotionally, they're going to take more than they give. One of the reasons why you can feel extremely drained afterwards or just really emotionally unstable. Number 2 is feeding off of your negative emotions. This is something that I talk about quite a lot, that even if you are giving someone your negative energy, that is still energy that they are being able to thrive off of and alchemize and utilize. That's why sometimes when you cut people off, they start to freak out and they don't know what to do. It's because you are not giving them any of your energy, even if you want it to be negative. And even if you have a valid reason for why you want to send them your negative energy, they're only going to feast off of that. They thrive off of pushing your buttons so that way they can harvest off of your energy. Number 3 is over-reliance on your emotional labor. If you often find yourself being the one that gives resources, that listens, that tries to fix things, and no one else is giving that to you in return, you can often experience a lot of exhaustion and fatigue. That's because there's an energetic imbalance. They are feeding off of your energy that you're giving them, all of the advice, all of the time, all of that you could be pouring into yourself. You're giving it to someone who does not reciprocate it or does not appreciate it. Number 4 is through your creative thoughts and ideas. Feminine energy is creative energy. When someone is constantly leaning on you to solve their problems and even taking your ideas without giving you credit, they are siphoning your resources. Once you are aware that this is happening to you, you can start to reclaim and learn how to protect your energy for yourself. And if this resonated with you and you want to learn how to actually protect your energy, then go to my next video. It's already posted. It's 4 ways as to how to protect your feminine energy from anyone that wants to siphon it. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like and follow, and stay tuned for more tips.